everybody. Welcome to the replay. I am Diva Dube. So, I had posted a picture on Instagram, and this picture was of me when I was 13. And I said we're going to talk about it today. And as embarrassing, not embarrassing, I won't say embarrassing, but as uncomfortable as it was for me to post that particular picture, I felt that it's necessary. And I posted it. I needed to prove a point to you. So, anyone who had, hey AJ Hawk, thanks for joining. Just talking about a picture that I posted on Instagram. So, I did say we were going to talk about this picture. And I have another picture I'm going to show you guys. So, first of all, welcome to the replay. Welcome, AJ Hawk. Welcome, anyone else who comes in. I just want to remind you that if you're not following me on Periscope, you can follow me now at Diva Dube. And also, invite your followers. So you can invite your followers by clicking on this little guy right there in the lower left-hand corner, and invite your followers. Also, I need hearts. Give me hearts. The way you give me hearts is to double tap the screen or tap the screen, and nobody knows for sure what the hearts, do for me, but maybe one day I'll find out. So give me hearts. So again, I want to say thank you for being here, and I wanted to show you this picture. I put this picture on Instagram. I have two pictures I'm going to show you, actually. So here is the first one. Let me move this camera. Okay. Okay, so that is Diva Dube before she was Diva Dube. And notice, let's see if I can get it focused a little more. I don't know if that's any worse or better. So notice I had, my head cocked to the side, my long skirt I used to wear all the time. And let me show you another picture. Now this one was not clear. I know, right? Wow. This one was not clear anyway, but you can kind of get an idea of what I was looking like back then. All right, let's see. Let's turn this camera back around. Well, I'll keep it there for a sec. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about me growing up. So at this age, I was about 12, 13 years old. I was someone who was tall, very tall for my age, and I was chunky for my age. I was uncoordinated. I was shy. I was very much an oddball. You can see there I was a Jerry curl in a world full of perms. And I think I was the last. Hey, Keita. Thanks for joining me. take a moment and invite your followers, and don't forget to give me those hearts. So this is not a real clear picture, but it's me when I was 13 years old. And as I was saying, I was tall, I was hefty, I was shy, I was an oddball, I was a curl in a world full of perms. I'm going to just show the other picture. And so that's what you saw on the outside. And what nobody really knew is that because of rejection, that I had internally kind of resolved to be a loner, a march to the beat of my own drum kind of person. Now, I am very much still a, march to the beat of my own drum type of person. Because I'm so much an introvert. I'm a true introvert. But on the inside, nobody really knew that I was broken. I was very broken. I was suffering terribly from the effects of fatherlessness. There's many effects of fatherlessness, but diminished poor self-concept, inferiority complex, bitterness, insecurity, overly emotional, yet emotionally closed to love. So I was the classic case, and I was basically broken on the inside. Well, around the same time, I'm going to turn the camera back around. Around this same time, oops, sorry, getting used to Periscope, okay. So around this same time, there was a lady that came to my church, and she was a famous lady. It was for a Martin Luther King Day celebration, and she was the keynote speaker. And this lady was very well known, and people were happy that she was there, but me, it was like something about her that just like really drew me to her. And I didn't know why. She was very different. She was just different than anything I had ever seen. She was very well educated. She was a black woman. She, had her wits about her. And she just was so different to me. I just hadn't experienced anything like her before. And she was a famous person. And so, after the program, people had a chance to go and meet her, get her autograph and everything. And I was actually very shy. So, normally I would not have gone to, meet anybody. But there was something that just really within me, I just had to meet her. I just had to hear her voice. Like, I heard it through the microphone, but just to hear her voice, up close and personal. And so I waited in line to talk to her. And when it was my turn, she said, "Look at you. You are so beautiful." And, she went on to ask me my name, and she made small talk with me, but I was stuck. I didn't pay attention to the small talk. I was stuck on the fact that this person had just told me that I was so beautiful. And this person that's just so beautiful themselves had saw beauty in me. Me? You talking about me? I'm talking about that girl that I showed you the picture of. That girl that was broken. That girl that was, suffering from, issues, And so it just was something about what she said. It just really opened my eyes to think differently. And she changed my life. It changed my life. That moment was actually a life changer for me, because I began to see myself in a different light. And so I know you're wondering, like, who made you over? That was my Miracle makeover. I'm telling you, because it's a miracle that I'm even here talking to you today. That was my miracle makeover. So, this person was former Miss America, Dr. Debbie Turner. She's a veterinarian. Sometimes she's a correspondent on the news. And so Dr. Debbie Thomas, former Miss America, Debbie Thomas, told me that I was beautiful. Can you imagine? I mean, come on. So she changed my life. She actually changed my life, and it was a miracle. It was a miracle makeover. So did I, oh, thank you. I know I am now. Back then, I didn't know. So that was the insight. That was the seed that she had planted that helped me to start seeing myself in a different light. Now, did I magically get over, issues and, fatherlessness and all that stuff immediately? No, I didn't. But through the years on my journey to wholeness, it was that seed that germinated deep down inside of me that was watered and that grew in me, and it propelled me to completeness. And so I thank God for Dr. Debbie Turner. And it still, propels me today. She saw something in me that was in her. She saw something in me that was in her, something that I could not see in myself. So it was because of Dr. Debbie Turner today that I am able to see in other people, in other women who are like me, what they can't see in themselves. I'm able to, see in them and plant seeds in them, and I'm able to help them to be able to overcome, especially issues pertaining to fatherlessness. And so I give all the glory to God, but I just thank God for Dr. Debbie Turner, because I'm a complete person, and by far I'm not perfect. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not perfect. But I'm an overcomer. I'm an overcomer today because she planted that seed inside of me. And so I want to talk about the fact that you are a miracle worker. Now, you might say, I'm not Jesus. Well, Jesus said greater works than these. He went around doing miracles, greater works than these shall you do, we are miracle workers. You are a miracle worker. And you have the ability to give people miracle makeovers. So I'm going to tell you 3 ways that you can perform miracle makeovers. Okay. So number 1, look deeper than what is on the surface. A lot of times when we come across people, we tend to see something in them that either was in us or that is in us. And a lot of times if you're healed from something, you can see that thing, and God actually highlights it for you in someone else. You can see it, and he highlights it so that you can help them, be a blessing to them. Now, when I think back to Dr. Debbie Turner, she looked beyond what I looked like. I showed you the picture, and, it wasn't, all of that back then. I am now, but, I wasn't. But she was able to look beyond what was on the surface, and she was able to see something in me that was in her, which was beauty, and which was God, and, all those things. And so, number 1 is to look deeper than what is on the surface. And so I want you to start praying to God that he will open your eyes to be able to see to give you discernment, to be able to see beyond what, the world looks at. Man looks on the outward appearance, but God looks on the heart. And so he can show you people's heart. He can show you, that they're broken or that they're going through something that you've been through. And so I want you to start praying to God to show you the people who have been through those things that, or going through those things that you have been through, and to show you to go deeper beyond the surface. Okay. All right. Number 2, I'm trying to go quickly. Number 2, use the power of your voice. Okay. So when, going back to Dr. Debbie Turner, she spoke in her voice. I mean, she's not a, loud person, but, that woman actually began deliverance in me back then when I was 13 years old. And she didn't have to, hoop and holler. She didn't have to, do anything. She was herself, and she spoke in her own voice. And the thing that I love about it, is that she spoke what God saw. So when you are doing miracle makeovers, you have the ability to speak what God sees. The Bible talks about that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. My Heavenly Father thinks that I'm beautiful no matter what, And so she spoke what God sees in me, and God allowed her to see the beauty in me. And so, so you're going to speak what God sees. And I want to remind you that, what you speak, when you speak what God sees, it should never be contrary to his word. So, just keep that in mind, because, we have people that are, they operate sometimes religiously, and they think that they're telling you something that's, helpful, and they're really, doing more to tear people down. So I just wanted to remind you that when you speak what God sees, it will never contradict his word and what his word says about that person, which is they are loved, they are beautiful, and all of that stuff. They are fearfully and wonderfully made. And you have the power to call into existence things that are not yet visible. So when you speak with your voice, you have the power to call things into existence that are not yet visible. So in your, when God shows you someone, step 1, you're going to look deeper than what's on the surface. And step 2, you're going to use the power of your voice, and keep in mind that you have the power of your voice is able to call things into existence that are not visible yet. Okay, last one, step 3, or the third way that you can perform miracle makeovers on people. The last way is to speak with positivity and love. I don't think there's any further explanation. Speak with positivity and speak in love. Okay, so those are my 3 ways to perform miracle makeovers. I'm a walking miracle. It's a miracle that I am who I am today. And it is partially because of the seed that was planted in me at 13 years old by former Miss America, Dr. Debbie Turner. And I thank God for her. She doesn't even know. I mean, she probably doesn't even know, but I know she doesn't know. But so if you meet her, tell her she changed my life. Okay. So just a quick recap, 3 ways that you can perform miracle makeovers. Number 1, look deeper than what's on the surface. Number 2, use the power of your voice. And number 3, speak with positivity and love. All right, I am done. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the replay. Any questions, comments you want to send my way. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thank you. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Send up those hearts. Hearts, hearts, hearts. I love hearts, okay? All right. Thank you so much. I want to remind you to follow me on Instagram at Diva Dubé. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Love ya. Bye-bye.